The honourable member from Calgary Forest Lawn.
Certain members of this House acted in the best interest of hostile foreign regimes interfering in Canada's democracy. This is a disgusting betrayal of Canadians who elected us to represent them in this place. We as MPs are supposed to serve Canadians, not foreign hostile actors. Why is this Liberal-NDP government fighting to protect MPs' names, collaborating in the best interest of hostile foreign regimes and not Canadians?
The Honourable Minister for Public Safety.
Mr. Speaker, I'll repeat what I said a moment ago in French. We agree with members of this House that the appropriate forum to look at these matters is the Commission, already set up and operating. Set up, I would remind colleagues, with the unanimous support of all parties in this House. The Hague Commission has access to all of the documents that the National Security and Intelligence Committee of Parliamentarians looked at. Officials from the Privy Council office have already been in touch with the Hague Commission to determine the best way forward. We think that's a responsible way to proceed, not simply standing up and illegally announcing a list of names like my colleague suggests.
The honourable member from Calgary Forest Lawn.
Boo-hoo, get over it was the most disgusting response from this cover-up coalition. This government turned a blind eye to foreign interference to protect their own partisan interests. They refused to hand over documents to that commission, and now they won't release the names of the MPs in this House doing dirty work for foreign hostile regimes. Canadians need to know who these MPs are. Is this Liberal-NDP government really going to let sitting members of this House working against the interest of Canadians run in the next election?
Before the Honourable Minister responds, I'm just going to encourage all members, please, not to express their voices unless they are recognized by the Chair. The Honourable Minister for Public Safety.
Again, Mr. Speaker, the government will be supporting the motion before the House today brought by the Bloc Québécois, asking the Hague Commission to examine this very matter. We think that's the appropriate way to do it. The Conservatives are pretending that you can stand up and release a list of names. Mr. Speaker, I asked the Deputy Commissioner of the RCMP, Mark Flynn, this morning, what would happen if I stood up and announced a list of names like my colleagues are asking me to do, and he said I would be subject to criminal prosecution. So guess what, Mr. Speaker? I'm not going to do that.
The Honourable Member for Charlesbourg, Haute-Saint-Charles. Mr. Speaker, last week we learned via the report of the National Security Committee of Parliamentarians that some members had, and I quote, semi-wittingly or wittingly participated in the efforts of foreign states to interfere in our politics. This is an extremely disturbing revelation, which is why we need to know who these members are who are collaborating with hostile foreign countries. Will the Prime Minister, yes or no, reveal the names of these members and the unacceptable actions of which they are accused? The Honourable Minister of Public Safety. Mr. Speaker, I thank my colleague for his question. I'm a little bit surprised because the person sitting next to him, the parliamentary leader, sent me a letter over the weekend suggesting that the Hague Commission should look at these matters, that it was the appropriate forum with the precautions in place. The House is discussing today a motion from our friends at the Bloc Québécois that we will support, and I think it's an important time for Parliament to come together and to support the work of the Hague Commission, and that's exactly what we intend to do. The Honourable Member for Charlesbourg, Haute-Saint-Charles. Mr. Speaker, Canadians expect their government here and in the Senate to work in their interest. I'm pleased to hear the Minister's answer, but I'd like for him to confirm if officially the Prime Minister will reveal to Commissioner Ugg the names of elected members and perhaps senators who have been involved in working with foreign states. Will he give the names or not? The Honourable Member of Public Safety. Once again, Mr. Speaker, our colleague should consult the person sitting on his left. He knows full well that the Hague Commission has access to exactly that type of information. The Hague Commission has access to all of the documents that the Committee of Parliamentarians consulted. The government has already been in touch. Privy Council officials have been in touch with the Hague Commission to discuss how we can advance on this matter. This is the responsible way to do things, and to rise in the House and to ask for a list of names to be revealed. He knows full well that's irresponsible, and we won't do that. The Honourable Member for La Prairie. Today we're debating a Bloc Québécois motion to expand the Hague Commission's mandate to investigate foreign-influenced members. Why did we table this motion? Because the Liberals are consistently unable to show leadership on the issue of interference. They're always lagging behind, and frankly, they should be embarrassed that the Bloc Québécois has had to take this initiative again today. They are the government. Why do they always have to be up against the wall before they move on foreign interference? The Honourable Minister of Public Safety. Mr. Speaker, I thank my friend from La Prairie for the question. Good news, the work I've done together with him and other parliamentary leaders last summer led to the Hague Commission, and we believe, furthermore, that the terms of reference that we negotiated with our friend from La Prairie allows them to do the work that is in the block motion. We will support the motion at the vote tomorrow, and we will work with the Hague Commission to find the best way to move forward. The Honourable Member for La Prairie. Last week, in question period, when I asked what this government was going to do to ensure that no one in the House was working for foreign powers, the Deputy Prime Minister responded by talking about interest rates. The Bloc is concerned because of this threat to democracy, and she gave us murky spin. It speaks volumes about the Liberals' lack of seriousness. It's not a big deal, according to them. Well, yes, it is a very big deal. Will the government cooperate fully with the Hague Commission once its mandate has been expanded? Our democracy depends on it. The Honourable Minister of Public Safety. Absolutely, Mr. Speaker. The answer is yes. And as I've said, it's a discussion that senior officials from the Privy Council have undertaken over the weekend with the Hague Commission. We will always be there to ensure that the Hague Commission has everything it needs to shed light on these circumstances.
The Honourable Member from Burnaby South.
The Prime Minister has confirmation that MPs knowingly worked with foreign governments to undermine Canada. He's known for 11 months and done nothing. All the while, Canadians have been harassed. Canadians have been threatened. A Canadian citizen was killed, all linked to foreign governments. Why has this Prime Minister failed to protect Canadians?
The Honourable Minister for Public Safety.
Mr. Speaker, I thank our colleague, the Leader of the NDP, for the question. Obviously, the most important responsibility of any government is to protect its citizens. Far from not taking this matter seriously, our government has been the only government in the history of Canada to set up a series of measures to detect, disrupt and prevent foreign interference. We're very pleased that members of this House are working collaboratively to support government legislation before the House right now to give additional tools, create additional criminal offences, to hold those to account who might seek to interfere in our democratic institutions, and we'll continue to always do this important work.
The Honourable Member for Burnaby South.
Known for 11 weeks and done nothing. Depuis 11 semaines.
For 11 weeks, the Prime Minister has known the names of members potentially working with foreign governments, such as India and China. For 11 weeks, he has known about MPs potentially assisting a government that may be responsible for the killing of a Canadian citizen. Why hasn't the Prime Minister done anything in those 11 weeks? The Honourable Minister of Public Safety. Mr. Speaker, on the contrary, our government is always working to protect democratic institutions, strengthen the measures that are necessary to ensure the integrity of our electoral process. Law enforcement, CSIS, are always working and take their responsibilities seriously. I have full confidence in the national security agencies, and I have full confidence in the Hague Commission to examine precisely the scenario my colleague brought up.